Hello guys, welcome to TechJect Studio. As you know, in this segment I teach you how to build your logical abilities with the help of some wonderful programs. So if you want to learn a new program, keep watching this video until the end. So guys, let us begin with our programming. In previous videos I have also told or taught you how to create a algorithm for a program. So if you want me to do same for each and every video in this segment, please post about that in the comment section below. For this video we will directly begin with our programming. So yeah, I have this, just change the name. Let us begin. So we have to first include our header files as always. So include the standard input output, and also we'll be playing with the strings here. So I will also have a header file related to string and the standard library functions. Okay, so this is all about the header files. Now let's begin with our main. So void main. So first we need to accept the input from the user, but before that I need to declare the variable to store the input. So as we'll be accepting a string from the user, I will take a array of name input and of size 10. Okay, so I need some more variables such as in x. I will take I and also a flag. You can take any random variable you want. So first we need to scan the input from the user. So I will just give a prompt message and enter a string, and I will scan the input. So percentage %s is a format specifier for the string. Okay, percent input. So let us check whether this runs properly. Save this. Palindrome-using. Okay, there are some warnings. Yeah, you can always ignore the warnings, or you can use -w /a dot out. So enter the string. Okay, until this our program is working fine. So let us continue. Now the next step would be calculating the length of your input. Okay, so I will store the length in the variable x. So there is an inbuilt function named strlen to get the length of your input string that is given by your user. So uh, with the help of this function, that is strlen of input, I am calculating the length of the given input, and I am storing this length into variable x. So I will print this uh, length of input is %d. So it's always a good practice to build your program in a blocks and test it whether the program is working fine. So as I have just incremented a block of code to print the that is to calculate the length of the string and store it in a variable, and I'm also printing its length. I'll again check it once more. I've got an error. Okay, there is no variable called length. Actually I have to print x here, sorry. This should do. Yes, there is a typing mistake. Okay, nothing. So you can see a message here that the length of input is 5. So our program is working fine until this point. The next thing is the logic to find the whether the given input is palindrome or not. So we have to do some iterations. I will explain you this block of code. So I will begin from the position 0 and it is until less than x and I plus plus. Okay, so this is a normal for loop that I will use for the iterations. Okay, and the next block of code is if, sorry, if a of I is not equal to a of x minus I minus 1. Yeah, so this is our if condition. Now let me explain you this block of code. Okay, this this line of code here. So our iterations begin from the 0 and until the x, okay, that is less than x. So in x we have stored the length of our input. So as you see, the length of my input is 5 here. You can see the length of input is 5 here. So here x will be initialized to 5. So this code, what this does is a of I, so I is a zeroth position here. Okay, so or I have to take here, sorry, input. Okay, that is my array where I have stored my input. Okay, so input of I, that is 0. So at zeroth position of I is not equal to the last position. So how do I calculate the last position? X contains the total length, okay, and I is the starting. So I should be 0 here and 1. So 5 minus 0 is 5 and minus 1 is 4. So in computer, as we all know, that the counting always begins from 0. So as I have given input madam, so the first M is at 0th position and A is at first position, D is at second, the second A is at third position and last M is at fourth position. So here we will calculate that the input of I, that is 0th position, is not equal to the last position. Then we go into the condition and set flag equal to 1. Okay, and we break out. That means the first condition to become a string to become a palindrome is that the first and the last letter should be same, correct? So in our input madam, the first letter, that is M, and last letter is also M. So this condition is neglected first because we have both the letters similar. If those are not similar, this will be executed, else the block continues to execute. So if next condition will be flag equal to 0, okay, then we have to just give a print message that percentage s is palindrome, else printf percentage s is not palindrome. So this is our total code. So if this condition is our main condition which checks whether the letters are similar or not. So this continues until uh, the I is less than x. So first it will checks for the two most extreme letters. Then when I will become 1, the next letters, that is from the second letter and the last second letter, will be compared. At when I is 3, the third and the last third element will be compared. In this way the loop will execute. If any of the condition is not met, then it will enter the if condition and set the flag to 1, and then it will break out, and directly the else part of this if will be executed. Okay, so let us try to run this program. Okay, so yeah, we don't have any errors. Not out. So I gave an input madam. Okay, so if you see, the first letter and the last letter of my input are same. Similar is the case for the second and the last second letter, and D is a single letter, so it need not to be matched with anything. Okay, so length of the input is 5. It is breaking. I'm not getting. Let me trace. Okay, the for need to be closed here. Yeah, now let us see. This is input. Okay, so this will be your input. I'll just format my output statements. Yes, this time will get correct. So enter the string madam. Okay, the length of the input is 5 and madam is a palindrome. So our code is running correct. We'll check for not palindrome. So I will give a string something. Okay, computer is not a palindrome. Okay, so it fails at the first condition itself, that is C and R are not similar, so it fails at the first condition check itself. And this is where the flag is set to 1, and it breaks from the loop, and the else statement of this if is printed. Okay, so this is how we implement a palindrome in C. Now let us do similar for CPP. As usual, we begin with our header files, string, and also the standard IO, IO stream. We also have a namespace. So in C++, I will create a separate class named suppose Palin, and we'll take a array similar to that we did in C, and I will make this public. So I will have a constructor Palin, inside which I will scan the input, out, enter the string, okay. So I will write a function override write, inside which I will perform my logical operations. So I will just copy this, okay. Here it will be same. Before I do that, I have to declare the variables back to 0, and I'll also declare x and I here. I have to just change this, it should be C out input. Similarly here, C out input. Now there will be no return 0 here. After this, I have to close my function. So let me cross check. So I have opened my class here. This is a Palin. So I just need to create the main function, inside which I will create a object of my main, that is, sorry, the Palin function. So Palin p and p dot write, I will call the write function, and return 0. Okay, so this is my program in C++. I hope this works. So it would be G++ palindrome.cpp. There are some closing 33 and 46. That is okay. 4 and 46. Okay. Yeah. One more here. Okay. So our program has no errors now. Enter the string. I leave it as madam. Implementation default. Okay, I forgot to calculate the string length here is equal to strlen of input. Do okay, madam is palindrome, so we have got our output correctly. You can see it here. Okay, so let us try for non-palindrome. Similar computer. Okay, computer is not a palindrome. So as you can see, our code is working fine. This is how you do a palindrome in C and C++. You can do similar for the integer values also. That is, if you give like 1 to 1 or 3 to 3, any kind of this. So the in next video, I will explain the same palindrome with the help of Java. The creation of the objects and calling the functions differs from that of C. That is sorry, the C++. So that we will do in the next video. So keep checking our videos. If you like this, if you have liked this video, please hit the like button and do subscribe to our channel to get more of these videos. Thank you guys. Thank you for watching.